This is episode number 5 where I go over updates and also talk about career choices and lifestyle for the musician. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for listening. This is Quamon Fowler coming to you for the Texas Tenor Podcast. And had a great week. We are excited, have some things coming up, a lot of things coming up from the standpoint of performances and also some camps. So I am excited as always. I'm involved in teaching or performing, preparing for stuff, rehearsing, or doing some productions and things like that. So I am surely grateful for your listening ear as you stay tuned to what's going on here with me with Texas Tenor Works. And just wanted to share some of that. I know last week I played a track from a CD that a good friend of mine is releasing, Mr. Neil Lee, his CD Living Water, which is actually available now. You can access it through our streaming site, which is Texas. If you go just Texas Tenor Music Stream, but you would go to QuamonFowler.com and click on music, and you would be able to see the place where you can join the music stream and get a chance to hear not only Huneil Lee's album Living Water, but you can also access all of my albums that I've released. And I took all of my music off of iTunes, so and Spotify too, so you wouldn't be able to access any of my music anymore through those mediums. But you can do it through my personal site there. And also, I have something to mention. Well, I'll mention that later. I'll come back to it. But we're talking about Neil's album release concert. That's what I want to talk about now. So, so his album is entitled Living Water. And let's see, it's going to happen on the 21st. The album release is going to happen, and it's going to be Saturday. That's Saturday, May 21st, and it starts at 7 p.m. and tickets are $10. And you can find out more information if you go to HuneilLeeMusic.com, and that's HUNILLEE music.com. And for more information, if you want to call, you can do that. Just call 617-230-8274. Once again, 617-230-8274. And it's going to be at Oasis Church, and that's 150 South Denton Top Road, suite number 117. That's in Capel, Texas. So it's going to be exciting. The lineup that we have for that show is Neil is going to play guitar, of course. I'm going to be playing tenor sax and soprano. We have Frederick Sanders, who will be on piano. We have Young Hio, who is on bass, and Terrence Hobdy on drums, and we have a special guest vocalist, Miss Shalia Latrice James. So she's going to be singing, and it's going to be nice. We did an interview yesterday with Neil for a Korean radio station, and we had a good time in there. I couldn't understand 99% of what they were saying. But it was good. Well, I got a chance to play with Neil and play some of his songs. I know how to say "Annyeong Haseo." It's hello, how you doing? So that was my Korean input. But it was fun. I love the Korean community. I have students that I teach at Southwestern Seminary who are great students, and they, um, I would say, we've done a concert at Neil's church before, and I was going to say that they are very appreciative of the music, and they love jazz, and they love to worship the Lord. So that's always a blessing to hang out with my Korean brothers and sisters. So I'm looking forward to it. And that interview, by the way, they're gonna release that, so I'll inform you when it's going to be available, because I think they are going to they're doing the video and as well as the audio. So you'll be able to check that out. I'll share it for you and get it to you. Yeah, so that's going to be an exciting concert, and I need to get together a video also to promote it. I actually released last week sometime. I released a video of me playing Iwi doing the vocoder, and a lot of people send me in questions like, "How do you do that? How do you do that?" So it was something. The vocoder is something that I actually used for a performance, big performance with the Fort Worth Symphony Orchestra at Southwestern Seminary for their gala. So every year we do a gala, a big showcase of all of the music that goes on at the School of Church Music there at Southwestern. And so I was asked by my dean, Dr. Leo Day. He asked me, did I have a piece to present for the gala this year? And I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I got a piece. And actually, I wasn't thinking about singing, but I was talking with some of my band guys, my colleagues, and they say, "Yeah, man, you should sing. You should use the vocoder." I say, "You know what? I guess I could." And so I ended up practicing and getting it together. So this song, "Live to Satisfy You," I had actually orchestrated for a full symphony orchestra, thanks to a good buddy, Aaron Heddingstrom. So Aaron actually wrote the orchestration for me, and I had to arrange my song so that it was under 4 minutes, I believe. But it was great. I mean, it went well. It's always a thing, when you're dealing with the vocoder and coordinating the technical aspect and making sure that it's working right. Because I don't usually perform a lot with the vocoder. So, and it really inspired me here lately to get into pedals, more pedals. So I added a harmonious pedal, and I've been using that in some of the videos. The video that I did here recently, I just put a clip up of me singing my song "Live to Satisfy You," and yeah, and I got a lot of good feedback from it. People were encouraging me to do more videos like that, so I'm definitely going to do it. We're going to release another one this week to promote Neil's CD release party. So yeah, so I'll do that. And yeah, so I'm enjoying myself, being able to share things that inspire people and touch people through music and education wise. I've been teaching lessons, private lessons, and also I've been doing some online lessons through Skype. So for those who are interested, you can definitely reach out to me if you would like to get some lessons in, and you can go to QuamonFowler.com and click on lessons. And it'll take you there where you can sign up and get more information. Okay, so yeah, so that's what is happening. I wanted to also share some stuff coming up this summer. Oh, we have another great performance. Let me not forget this. Southwest High School, if you're in the area, Fort Worth area, they are having their concert, which they do every year, and it's going to be pretty fun with Adam Kramer and Mike Dawson. They do a great job over there at Southwest High School. And this year, for their special guest, they have Miss Tatiana Mayfield, who's going to be singing with the jazz band. So if you're around, make sure you check it out. And of course, yours truly, I'll be performing, doing a song with them, with the band and Tatiana. So it should be very cool. And that concert is Monday, May 16th at 7 p.m. at Southwest High School, and that's 4100 Alta Mesa Boulevard in Fort Worth. So you'll be able to check out Tatiana with the big band. She'll be doing some of her original pieces, I believe, along with some arrangements of some good tunes, good jazz tunes with the big band. And I'll be sitting in with them. So you'll have a good time there. Come check that out. And also wanted to mention we're going to be doing another Jazz Webshed summer camp. We did it last year and we had a good time. It was 3 days with myself and Fred Sanders. We had a good time working with the students. And check it out. You don't have to be in high school if you're a first year college, or even if you're not first year, second year, third year, or whatever. You can come and get this information, because I'm going to be sharing information on the 3 areas of jazz improvisation, music marketing, or marketing for musicians, and business, music business. So I'm going to be touching those areas and really providing information and insight from my experience and my perspective on how to really function, as a musician, dealing with our new technology and the way that business is today. How can you really function to stay afloat? And so we're going to be doing that in June 13th through the 15th. Okay, so that'll be at Southwest High School, and you'll be able to get more information about that. Check jazzwebshed.com or QuamonFowler.com. I'll be updating my website here shortly with that information, so you'll be able to find out about the times and how to sign up. Okay, so also speaking on camps, we're going to be doing another camp before that one at Southwestern Seminary. So that is the 6th through the 10th. So if you are an instrumentalist, a drummer, bass player, keyboard player, saxophonist, trombone, or any of those things, you would be able to come and be a part of the Southwestern Seminary's camp. Okay, it's a music camp. We do it every year, and you can actually find out more information about this camp by going to swibits.edu/music camp. Okay, and so that's Swibits, that's SWBTS.edu. Okay, so you can go there and find out information about that. I'll be teaching during the camp. It's called the Voice, Piano, Organ, Guitar, Composition, and Instrumental Camp. So it's all consolidated at one, and you'll be able to work with some of the faculty there at Southwestern Seminary. Once again, that's June 6th through the 10th, and you can sign up, and they do have scholarship money available if you would like to get some assistance financially with that camp. Okay? All righty. So I got all of the announcements out of the way, I believe. So one of the things I want to get into talking about for this particular podcast, and I like to share what's going on with me and what I see is important to address, for the audience out there. Most of those that stay tuned to what I'm doing is musicians, and I like to talk about lifestyle. Lifestyle as a musician and career choices, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And once again, from my book, I have a lot of this stuff covered in there, and I wrote a lot of my experience in the book. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, when you think about getting into music, I know a lot of times when you're younger, you hear music at a high level and you get in awe of it. And you just jump out there and pursue it and start studying and wanting to know how you do it and wanting to go to places that they're doing it at a high level. And it's a sincere pursuit, but you can't you always have to deal with other things that accommodate those particular pursuits, from the standpoint of the spiritual um, drive that's behind it, or some of the behavior practices that accommodate those particular lifestyles. And normally, what we see with musicians or artists, they're usually out of balance, where they've put all of their effort and their time and their focus into their craft, or practicing or writing songs, or just playing or focused on performing. Whereas these other areas in their life, whether it be socializing with others, or their relationships with their family or people, or with the people who are very important to them, they don't focus on those things because they're so in pursuit of their, artistic aspirations. Now, I totally get it because I've been there and I've done that. I've been married now for, let's see, 13 years. 13 years going on 14 coming up here in July. And we just had our baby boy last year. And so, when you get married, you learn to really, it's about the other person. It's about making sure they're taken care of, making sure they feel comfortable. And it's a team effort. It's just not one-sided. You learn that when you get married, and of course, especially when you get a child in the picture. And one of the things that I'm learning, I am the backbone, the foundation for the household, and I have to be on a regimen. I have to be on a schedule, and I have to take care of business for my home, as the provider, So I have to work a job. I have to have some structure. I have to make sure that bills are paid, trash is taken out. I have to make sure that maintenance is taken care of for the house, or landscaping, and all of those things. If something breaks in the house, and if I gotta fix it, or I gotta make sure it gets fixed by getting somebody else to take care of it. So all of those things are um, the, part of the duties for a husband. you know and of course, my son is at a younger age where most of the time mama and grandmama are spending time with him. So, but at the same time, I have other things that I'm doing where, I'm recording things like this podcast, and also doing video productions, and editing, or needing to rehearse and go to gigs and stuff like that. But one of the things that I've learned just from being connected and reading leadership material and business material, or even spiritual hearing messages that help me to stay focused on the main thing. This has helped me to prioritize things a lot better. Mentorship, that's the key. Mentorship and accountability. And this is the lifestyle that I have now is congruent to what message or the messages and the faith that I have, basically, that I had, I guess, 10 years back, or even going back farther than that. I mean, your foundation, your belief, your core belief comes from how you were raised and what was instilled at inside of you. And definitely my mom and dad were there, had me in church. My dad was always reading scripture and memorizing and sharing scripture. And my mom had me in Bible school in the summertime. She would take me to a different one, every week in the summertime. But she made it a point to make sure that I heard the word, and it got instilled in me. And of course, my dad was there to support and take me to wherever I needed to go. He bought my instruments, took me to basketball practice, and also took me to music stores to get what I needed. Took me out bowling, got me a video camera. He's part of the reason that I do documentarian type things. I've always been one to carry around a tape recorder or my video camera once I could, and that's because I really believe in capturing the moment, because it's a lot of times you might have some great moments that other people would have not been able to benefit from if recorded. Part of even my development as a musician or artist, you want to record yourself and go back and check it out. And a lot of times with the stuff that I record, a lot of times I won't use the stuff. I won't share it because I won't like it, And of course, the more you do stuff and you get better at it, the more critical you're going to be about your work. And yeah, so that's one of those things. It just comes with it. But I wanted to circle back around and talk about this lifestyle and prioritizing things, because when you look at other artists or musicians, I'm speaking to those who are interested in learning and growing and in doing some of the things that you might see musicians that you like online on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever. A lot of guys will post stuff of them traveling and performing, and so the young guys, that's what they want to do. So they'll do videos of them playing and posting them up, and enjoying the feedback that they get and the engagement from the videos that they post. And so they stay in this mode of awe and excitement, and of this fame. Hey, I'm playing here, oh, look at me, and stuff like that. When these outlets weren't available, cats were spending more time just practicing, working on stuff without being distracted. But when these sites came about, um, guys started sharing videos and even aiming to create videos to put up so that people could see them and, comment and like and share their videos. And which is totally fine, because I did it because I was fascinated with the technology, and I was fascinated with the opportunity to be able to share with people around the world. But I took that as a business opportunity, and I used that to launch my website, Jazz Webshed, and the whole theme was to be able to get paid for practicing and help other musicians do the same. And so I jumped on that. But what I see a lot now is musicians will use it. They'll post these videos and then playing and get all of this uh, feedback and engagement, but they don't know what to do with it. Whereas they're not using it really they don't understand the business aspect, I would say, and they don't understand about building an audience, and that you use the platforms as an opportunity to build your audience, but you have to convert those audience viewers into bring them into your funnel, or bring them into your own email list, or your own warm market, which would be your warm market. And those people would be the ones who you would offer your products and services to. But you have to develop products and services. You have to get CD projects, or singles, or you have to have lessons. You got to teach. You have to have these elements to be a part of what you do. Have to have a website, And I see a lot of musicians, they don't take the time to think about what it is that they have to offer and create these products and services to make them available, so that when they do use these platforms, these social media platforms, to share, they have a strategy in place, and so that they can benefit and make money from what they do outside of just playing gigs. And this is important because you have to make what you do count in more ways than one. Just getting gigs is just one avenue. And I really had to jump on top of the entrepreneurial pursuits, because I didn't want to play certain type of gigs, and I didn't want to put myself in a position where I had to play top 40 music, just to make ends meet, because I don't like to do that. And I don't want to do that. And what I did, I started teaching, and I taught online lessons, and I have a full-time job where I teach at school, and I'm able to create videos and edit my video, and do podcasts and stuff like that, because I enjoy doing this type of stuff. And this helps to get the word out and engage with my audience, so that people can find out about my products and services. And I know, this is not for everybody, but, my position is to inspire. My aim and drive or heart is to help and teach, and to encourage those that are out there, so that they can better understand how to navigate through this new economy, or new business model that we have due to the technology and the advances through the internet, and things like that. That's where I am. And so that's why I do these things. I mean, maybe podcasting is not for you, but at least if you're going to be a musician who has experience, or and even if you don't have much live performing experience, but you have a lot of academic experience from teaching, or being in the school system, or whatever, and you want to branch out and connect with people out there who are aiming to do some of the same things that you're doing, you create a blog. You talk about your journey and your perspective. You have your perspective through your blog, your website, or if you want to share audio, you can do audio podcasts. It's pretty easy these days, because you have the laptop with a camera on it, or you have your phone that you can use for it, or your apps that you can get to record a podcast, and just share it and be consistent with it, and you'll be able to inspire people and connect with people all around the world. I'm always surprised. I don't know if it's surprised, but I'm encouraged, I would say, because of the different people who do reach out to me from different parts of the world, encouraging me to keep doing what I'm doing because they enjoy consuming the content that I have. So all of that is available. You just have to open your mind to it and become aware of the opportunity that you really have, and not get just caught up in the hype of what you're doing, but learn how to use the hype and lead those people through your experience or into your products and services, and cultivate your relationship with those people instead of just posting stuff up on Facebook just because, or Instagram, because those things are good, but you got to have a strategy. You got to have a purpose, point behind it. And that's a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about at the camp coming up the 13th through the 15th at Southwest High School. So hit me up, send me a message so that I can put you on the list, and I'll let you know when things will be available. Okay? So that's pretty much it. I was able to ramble and hit some points, hopefully some things that struck a nerve with you so that you can make some changes and aim to get a better grasp of what you're doing and how you're going to do it when you use these social media platforms, And always think about your future, just like I talked about in the last podcast. You're working now for your tomorrow, and you don't want to get stuck, or like what they say, pigeonholed, where that's all you do is music. I do a lot of stuff. Music is only really a small percentage of it, and they have this book called 80/20 Marketing that I was checking out, and it's basically a principle where it's like 80% of the work that you do will produce 20% of the response, or 20% of what you do gets 80% of the response. So let me give you an example. I work and do editing. I'm coordinating rehearsals and schedules and teaching and all of this stuff, which is, I would say, let's say like 80% of what I do. The performing is only 20%, or playing saxophone or iwi is only a small percentage compared to all the other things that I have to do. But on the flip side, outside in, most people are enjoy the saxophone playing or the songs, whereas they're influenced by that, and they want to take lessons or want to buy my stuff or whatever, due to the 20% of what they see that I do, whereas the other 80% of the work that I do is not even related to playing, and I'm cool. I like doing this. Of course, I have some assistants. I have people who are helping me with the work that I'm doing, and it's part of it. I mean, it's part of your purpose and what's in your heart. I enjoy editing video and doing the audio podcast, and of course, sometimes when my schedule gets full, or where I can't do a lot of this stuff, I can delegate it to a team member to do. And even the process of delegation and learning how to, have my stuff in line so that I can hand it off to somebody. All of that's entrepreneurship. That's leadership, and that's a learning process. And I enjoy the process of learning and growing in my business. So you definitely have to love what you do, and you definitely have to look outside of just focusing on your craft. You have to facilitate the craft, your musical ambitions or artistic ambitions, and that's business. That's business. And marketing. Every company has different departments, and of course, when you're self-employed, initially you have to wear all the hats. But when you want to transition from being a self-employed person to a business owner, you have to delegate other people to do the work and trust them to handle it, and let it go, and you stay focused on the thing that you are strongest in, So just wanted to share some insights and perspectives for you all that are out there listening. And that's it for this week's podcast. Make sure you go to QuamonFowler.com to check out what's happening. And I'm going to update my website because this is a prime example. I've been doing it myself, and that's why it looks all crumbled. Too much stuff going on. So I have someone who's working with me to update that, and so you'll be seeing updates this summer, and to better communicate some of the things that I have going on. Okay, so that's it for this week. Thank you so much for listening and checking out the podcast. We are excited about what's going on, and be on the lookout for new videos. And once again, Hunil Lee's concert is the 21st at the Oasis Church in Coppell, 7 o'clock. It's going to be fun. The camps are coming up, 6th through the 10th. Southwestern Seminary's music camp is happening, as well as the Jazz Webshed camp, which is happening the June 13th through the 15th. So stay tuned, and I'll keep you posted with more videos and productions this week or throughout the week. Okay, so that's it, and we'll see you next time. Peace.